Here are some fantastical ancient coins that were sold during Heritage's New York Platinum Session auctions. Aulus Hirtius, a loyal soldier and Caesar's legate in Gaul, later became his mint master in Rome in the year 46 BC, issuing large gold aurae like this to pay his troops. He also preserved Caesar's commentaries, cementing his own legacy in the process. Here we see an example of this famous coin graded by NGC as almost uncirculated star that was sold at auction for $31,200. Born from Milesian pioneers in the 7th century BC, Panticapaeum began as a humble trading post along the northern Black Sea. Its fertile grain fields and rich fishing soon transformed it into a thriving city under the Spartocid kings. This wealth from the bustling trade is etched into its hefty gold coins, featuring a wild-eyed satyr embodying Pan, whose fierce gaze was believed to sow panic in its foes, and a griffin, a real creature to the Thracian Greeks, whose legendary greed for gold foretold the medieval dragon lore. This gold stater was graded by NGC Ancients as mint state and sold at auction for $60,000. Marcus Aurelius was born in the year 131 to a Spanish patrician family, was adopted later by Antonius Pius, and became Augustus with Lucius Verus in the year 161. This gold aureus coin proclaims him with the title of Armeniacus for the victory during the Parthian-Armenian conflict. NGC Ancients graded this coin as gem mint state, and at auction it was sold for the sum of $78,000. Minted in the early 5th century BC, this triple Siglos from the Carian islands is celebrated in Greek numismatics and linked to the Triopian Games, an ancient athletic festival honoring Apollo. Victors received a bronze tripod for Apollo's sanctuary. Herodotus even recounts the Spartan king Aglaicles' defiance of this custom, depicting a dynamic athlete and the said tripod. It dates to before 450 BC and nearly matches the Athenian tetradrachm in weight. Graded by NGC Ancients as VF, it sold at auction for $84,000. In the year 42 BC, Mark Antony married Octavian's widowed sister Octavia in order to seal a peace pact. This coin, honoring both their union and the 37 to 33 BC triumvirate renewal, features lifelike portraits of both Antony and Octavia on a luminous amber-toned flan, and is the first lifetime Roman coin to feature a woman. Minted in Athens, circa 38 BC, this is today graded by NGC as choice very fine. It was sold at auction for $84,000. This rare gold stater coin, lacking any inscription, is linked to the ancient Greek city of Pergamum, based on its symbols and the style. Likely issued before 323 BC, it strongly resembles Alexander the Great's silver coins and follows the Macedonian weight standards. Scholars have suggested that Alexander commissioned it after seizing Pergamum in 334 BC. Making it the city's earliest known coinage. It is graded here as mint state by NGC and saw a final price at auction of $96,000. From there, we turn our attention away from Greece and Rome for a moment and look instead to Ptolemaic Egypt and the reign of Berenice II, who was born in 267 BC and was a powerful queen with a dramatic past. She plotted the demise of her first husband, Demetrius the Fair, before marrying Ptolemy III in 244 or 245 243 BC. Ruling in his absence while he was away at war, she proved to be a very capable leader. She ruled briefly along with her son Ptolemy IV before being murdered in 221 BC, likely at his instigation. This large octadrachm coin is graded by NGC as AU and was sold at auction's close for $120,000. Ptolemy III ruthlessly wielded Egypt's vast fortune to amass a powerful army. After inheriting the throne, he launched a massive invasion of the Seleucid kingdom, crushing resistance and even reaching Babylon itself, where he proclaimed himself as the King of Kings. Here we see his portrait on a massive Minoan coin struck by his son, Ptolemy IV, approximately 219 or 217 BCE. Graded as Mint State Star by NGC Ancients, it achieved a closing price at auction of $114,000. Born in the year 76, Hadrian was a relative of Trajan who took him in as a child. Rising through the military and political ranks of Rome, he was adopted just before Trajan's death in the year 117. As emperor, he abandoned the overambitious conquests, prioritizing instead peace and reforming governance. His vision for Rome was that more akin to a vast commonwealth. This gold aureus features the personification of Hispania, which is what the Iberian Peninsula was called during Hadrian's rule. Graded by NGC as Choice AU Star, it was sold at auction for $126,000. Macrinus, born in Mauritania around the year 165, rose to power as Caracalla's Praetorian prefect, a position of significant power, second really only to the emperor. In the year 217, he had Caracalla assassinated and seized the throne for himself, only then to meet basically the same fate less than a year later, after effectively making enemies of both the Senate and the army. This exquisite and, not to mention, rare Roman gold aureus was graded by NGC Ancients as Choice MS Star and sold at auction for $132,000. Born as Gaius Julius Caesar Germanicus in the year 12, Caligula, as he is more popularly known, was a part of a powerful Roman family. When Tiberius died in the year 37, he ascended the throne with public support. However, his reign quickly turned tyrannical, marked by cruelty and vast extravagance. He was assassinated in the year 41 after only 3 years of misrule. This coin is easily the finest Caligula aureus known to exist today in private hands. Here, paired with the image of a deified Augustus, graded by NGC Ancients as Mint State Star, with perfect surface and strike, it was sold for $600,000. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch another video about ancient coins right here next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.